Hi everyone, we're here to talk about dreams. Sorry about yesterday's effort with the live feed. What happened with those that didn't see it was the camera fell off the stand, so hopefully we've got that sorted now. So I do want to talk about dreams and what dreams are and how they are going a bit crazy today. So if we start off around the REM cycles we go through, rapid eye movement, the dream cycle. So all of us go through or should go through 3 to 5 REM cycles every night. Rapid eye movement, that's what REM stands for. Now what REM, what it basically does, it's like, if you remember early computers, they had a disk on them. And what we had to do every night was run that disk. And so it would put the little files in the little boxes. And that's pretty much what dreams are like, what dreaming does. So we go through 3 to 5 REM cycles every night. Each one lasts around 90 minutes. And they get deeper and deeper and deeper in the 5 stages. And when we go into the deepest stage is when we start to dream. What are dreams? Now, I just want to put out a bit of a disclaimer here. I've studied dreams a little, not a lot. So I'm giving you what neuroscience says about what dreams are. So don't shoot the messenger. And we're going to try and cover off as many types of dreams as we can in this short video, and some other sleep things like grinding teeth and walking and talking, etc. So this is based on current science and also based on what I have read. So there's a lot of information out there and I've tried to condense as much as I can, but I may not cover everything for you. So that's just to cover my butt. Rightio, so we're having a lot of weird dreams at the moment, right? And the reason we're having weird dreams has got to do with the day's events, because that's what dreams are. Dreams are essentially our day's events, what we've done in our day, we've looked at, we've watched, what we've been involved in, and what we've been thinking about. So everything that's been processed in our brain. When we dream, our brain goes back through it, and what it's doing is consolidating our long-term memory, and it's throwing out the rubbish because we absorb a lot of information across our day. And so that's essentially what dreams are. They also include our fears and insecurities because they play on both our conscious and subconscious mind, which our subconscious works in the background the whole time, both day and night. It's continually going. And so that's essentially what dreams are. So we get into that last deep stage, we do the dreams, rapid eye movement, our eyes underneath our, you'll know if somebody's dreaming if you look at them when they're asleep, their eyes are shut obviously and their eyes are going back and forward and round and all over the place, rapid eye movement, because the brain has become activated. At the end of that cycle, what happens is we get a shot of cortisol. Now cortisol, as you know if you've seen the videos before and you've seen the series we've been doing, is part of fight or flight. It gives us a heightened sense of alertness. And so at the end of that little dream cycle, we get a shot of that just to stop us from dreaming, to slightly wake us up, and so we can do it again and again and again to make sure we're fully defragged overnight. Now, when we get into that little heightened state of alertness, if something happens, we'll end up waking up. So we might hear a noise or we might hear, and because we're in that sort of lucid dream, we'll come to that later, in that lucid moment, if anything does happen, we'll wake up. And most often, that's why we're waking up between 3 and 4 in the morning. Some between 2 and 3, the majority between 3 and 4. And I've read, I think there's over 19 reasons for why we wake up at that time of the morning. And for the most part, it's to do with our digestive system. And so our digestive system, when it's processed food, usually ends between 2 and 4 in the morning. And we either have microbiomes become activated or enzymes come out of our livers and all sorts of things, but all associated, the majority of them associated with either the digestive system or the liver. That will wake us up even further. And when we do wake up, we tend to, because we've got a little shot of cortisol, or stressor, feel like we've woken up because we're stressed. We aren't. Let me promise you this. Have you ever gone to bed to set your alarm? Maybe you've got to get up early, say 5 in the morning, and you've woken up at 5 to 5 and you thought, wow, how did that work? I'm special. You are special. But what that is it's the last thing you've thought about. Now, what is the last thing we ordinarily think about when we go to sleep? Generally, our concerns and worries. And that's how it works. For the majority of the time, there's other differences and slight variations, but that's sort of how it works. So we get the little shot of cortisol at the end of each dream cycle. If it happens coincides with the end of our digestive system, we'll wake up fully because we've interrupted in light sleep, and we will think about the last thing we thought about. That's why we're waking up. Have a small piece of protein just before bedtime, walnuts, almonds, soft-boiled egg, a little bit of cooked meat. I was promoting up until asked to stay at home, the lockdown that we're in at the moment, blue cheese, because blue cheese for some people give them dreams similar to an LSD trip, and it gives me dreams like that. I have not had blue cheese before going to bed currently because my dreams are kind of crazy. Now, what are your dreams about at the moment? I will guess that you are having dreams about your past, but it's mashing them up. And the reason our brain is mashing them up based on past history and perhaps some uncertain future. All of our thoughts and all of our worries and fears, etc., are all based on future. That's what worry is, future based, and it's based on your past. Now, these are in the terms that we've heard so much. I call it uncertain times now, unprecedented. Yeah, well, it is unprecedented, but I call it uncertain times. We've got nothing to compare. And across our day, we are continually comparing ourselves with others, comparing with what's coming up, with what's been. And so I hope that all makes sense. So we've got nothing to compare on at the moment. We've never been through it before. And so our brain's making it up because it does. It fills in voids and it doesn't like gaps. So it will fill it in based on our experiences. And for young kids, they haven't had experiences yet. So they've only got their dreams to base on the stories that we read to them, the things they watch on TV. And so that's what's really important with kids before bedtime, to read them a nice story and not a horror story. And the same with us. Don't watch a horror movie before bedtime, otherwise you're going to have crazy, crazy dreams. So that's how they work. Let's look at lucid dreaming. Now, lucid dreaming is often termed a dream within a dream. It's done in the state between our REM cycle and being awake. So when you get that little shot of cortisol, sometimes we go into lucid dreaming. I get lucid dreams if I stay in bed and go into that dreamy state of, I should get up, no, I won't. And so I just lie there and I will have a dream. And some people can actually control that dream. I'm not there yet, but what I do is if I feel that crazy dream coming on, and you can't, because you're half awake and half asleep, you can sort of control it. I'll think about something that I'm working on at the moment, and oftentimes, crazy stuff, it'll give me a solution. Don't know how it works. Need to work more on that, but that's what lucid dreaming is. It's in that moment halfway between awake and being asleep. Now, predictive dreaming, premonitions. I get asked this question. I'm very lucky. I do work with all sorts of organisations, and when I work with Indigenous populations, Māori, they often talk about premonition, a very high rate of premonition. Now, there's a couple of things here. Now, what science says about predictive dreaming is it's either coincidence, our memory is a bit faulty, or we're unconsciously combining information together. That's what the experts say. There's something that I've come across recently is called memory genes. We also have those. So some people have had dreams of being here in the past, and that is a genome that's been passed on from somebody that is likely has been there. So we do pass on a lot of genes, and memory genes are now we're starting to discover as part of that. But I don't think it explains enough, not for me personally. I think we need to do some more work. There needs to be some more science on premonitions, because for me, it sort of explains it, but not everything that's going on. So what else can happen overnight? Teeth grinding. It's called bruxism. Now, what that is, it's caused by anxiety, stress of the day, drinking too much coffee, or perhaps an underlying medical condition. So when we grit our teeth and we wake up with our teeth ache, our jaws ache, because we've been grinding. For some of us, it's just because we need to go to the toilet and been too tired to wake up. So when you get a full bladder, you clench down. But it's the clenching of the teeth. Now, there are some things that you can do to help that. One is to just reduce your stress and anxiety, not drink too much coffee. There are some, sleep on your side also works, and also wearing a mouth guard can help. For some people, they can't stop it, so they wear this plastic thing which they can grind down on, because some people grind so hard on their teeth. So my teeth are worn out from grinding, but some people do it so much that they actually shatter their teeth, and so they have to wear a mouth guard. So that's teeth grinding. Sleep talking. Now it's called somniloquy. Crikey. 50% of children do it, sleep talk in their sleep, and around 5% of adults. It is, at this stage, the current thoughts are that it is associated with part of REM dreaming. And I think that pretty much makes sense. We're dreaming things, and every now and then. I find that I've started talking these days, not a lot, but just when I'm really, really tired and I've had a busy day. My wife will tell me that I talked in my sleep. It's just a mumble, but I know I'll recall back to the dream, and it'll be something to do with work. And that's pretty much what it is. Now, sleep talking is harmless, obviously. It could be an underlying medical condition. Hypnosis has been a treatment for sleep talking if it is an issue for you. If you're talking a lot in your sleep, hypnosis, now I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but hypnosis has got some validity, a lot of validity in fact with the science. I haven't touched on it yet, but the readings that I have seen, it does have a great impact and a positive impact on us. So that's sleep talking. Sleep eating. It's called sleep-related eating disorder, and it's associated with all of those things, like twitchy legs and all sorts of other things. Now, sleep eating is binge eating, essentially. It's getting up in the middle of the night, not knowing what you're doing and not knowing what you're eating is the important thing here. It's dangerous, sleep eating, apart from the fact that you're eating whilst not being fully conscious. So you're half awake, partially awake. It could be an underlying medical condition. It could be that you are a big eater anyway, associated with your dreams, etc. But the major risk here is eating the wrong thing, because for most people who do this sleep eating, they make combinations of food. They've got that ability to do that. And there is a risk that you could eat the wrong thing. And so really important to get yourself some help with that. And again, hypnosis can help with sleep eating. Now, sleepwalking, somnambulism. It's more common in children than it is in adults. But some of us sleepwalk. There's a wonderful article I read on a lady who in London who is known to get up periodically in the middle of the night, get in her car and drive around London and get back into bed and not know she's done it. And they've studied her. And that set off experts on a different tangent. Some experts have gone off on a tangent saying that dolphins, don't know if you know this, have two brains, and one brain's awake, the other one's asleep, and that's how they continue to swim. And it's common very much in a mammal. Dolphins are mammals, and so it's taken some people off in a little direction to say, do we have two brains? How do we do all this stuff at night time? How do we go on with that sort of thing? And so, not sure yet. Science changes all the time, so wait and see. Around the sleepwalking, if you find somebody who's sleepwalking, it's important to wake them up. And the reason being is it is dangerous. They could be doing things that they don't know in that sort of state of maybe being even fully asleep. So if you can't wake them up, guide them back to bed and put them back into bed. Because it is a very dangerous thing. So pretty much that's it. I hope it's been helpful. A little bit around dreams. If you do have any questions, comments, leave them below, as you always do. Reach out to me through the website if you need any additional help. If you're having trouble getting to sleep, we have that document for you. It's comprehensive on how to get to sleep, how to stay asleep, breathing exercises to get you back to sleep, and all sorts of things in there, how to relax, etc., which we all need in times like this. So do get in touch if you need to. It's all free. It's part of the service we bring. So stay well. Apologies again for the video yesterday. It seems that the video today, the camera has stayed in the stand, so I might have fixed what's going on. And we look forward to catching up with you next Wednesday at 11:30. Take care, everyone. See you later.